What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. Got a new audio recorder. Tell you, life is always exciting. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of these cameras and what else I've been through in the last just 4 years since I lost my sight here. Uh, Electronics, I've always had problems with things, TVs and stuff. This TV now, this is like the fourth TV I've got brand new. They all come off and on by themselves and do other things. Nobody's near the remote or touching it or anything. I've had a couple of tablets that are broken. Phones, just it's crazy. Now the audio recorder, the record button just fell off right before I was going to do last podcast with Chris. He had to reschedule anyway, so we should be having one soon or coming up here, maybe attached to this one. Uh, but I wanted to, spread the word here. We appreciate it. 300 and some subscribers. We're on YouTube and TikTok under Harold Sullivan 78. Facebook is Harold Sullivan period 35. And you can email HS, the two initials there, Harold Sullivan HS 19782015 at outlook.com. And you can call the show 724-513-1472. We have guest audio or video. You can come on and ask stuff or participate in something or just get out if you want to say something. You only got right now this 1 second. We live and die in the blink of an eye. In case y'all haven't tuned in before, I was born with an autoimmune disease, and I haven't been able to walk since I was a child. I lost my sight a couple of years ago, like I said. I've been in a wheelchair since I was about 9 or 10, but I'm still here. You know, everyone has a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. And that's what this podcast is about. A voice to the voiceless. We talk about everything on here: paranormal, supernatural, metaphysical, spiritual, sports, movies, entertainment, food, family, pets, whatever. Just it's a place to just come on and talk, no judgment. And we have guest celebrity cameos too, so check them out. Some music, and there's a lot of stuff, cool content on the pages. So I did lots of art and stuff before, and I'm still doing stuff now. Even though I lost my sight, I'm still doing it. We're all here for something. We're not just here. So we're going to talk about X Files today. Some Star Wars stuff, X Files. I almost said Superman, but Superman is just so much going on right now. We will be talking about that because he's my favorite superhero, of course, the first superhero, and some reviews here. Let's get right to that. First of all, I checked out the movie Ray again recently about Ray. Uh, about the Ray Charles, the singer. Ray Robinson was his name, but there was a lot of Robinsons, so they decided to just go by his middle name, Ray Charles. Uh, and it's Jamie Foxx in the movie, and it's an older movie, late '90s, early 2000s. But he's pretty good at impersonating him, but he's not Ray Charles. You know, I can tell the difference between when Jamie Foxx sings and when Ray Charles is singing. But he's good at the impersonation as far as the talking, but it's a good story. I recommend the movie. Uh, I've been doing a lot of reviews of those movies lately, like the Whitney Houston, the Elvis, the Tupac. There's a lot of these good ones. Maybe they'll do a Michael Jackson, but they got to get these good, do it right. They can't. And get someone that can do both parts, if they can, singing and not just lipping it, you know. But I'd probably give it uh, a rating of about 7 out of 10. That's usually where I'm at with good movies, 7 or 8. So I'd give it that. And then let's see here. Star Wars trilogy, the second trilogy. I did the first trilogy recently, which would be 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going into the prequel, Revenge of the Sith, the clones, all that, Phantom Menace. Back at the time, when I was younger, I thought they were okay, they were cool. But now I'm going to give the trilogy, first of all, a rating and then talk about it a little bit. I gave the first trilogy an 8. I'm going to do this about 6.5. I don't want to go 7. I don't want to go 6. But it's really not good. I mean, it's one movie put into 3 movies. They just broke it up. It's really about a little boy growing up to be Darth Vader. But they just added some other things in there to kind of, little fan nods and made 2 more movies out of it. So it's just really, there's no plots to, if anybody can tell me plots, please let me know. So that's pretty much all I can say. I mean, you got Jar Jar Binks, he's a little bit funny, but then he became annoying to people. And I didn't really like Hayden Christensen. I thought Natalie Portman was cute, but now her performance is kind of annoying as well. The little boy, Jake Lloyd, in the first one was the better one. I like Ewan McGregor though. I don't mind, some of the other things, but there's just really no plots. It's just Star Wars music and lightsabers. So that's my review of that. And then we did the Ray, and then we're going to talk about the X Files review of season 2. I talked about the first 10 or so episodes a couple podcasts ago. So there's like 15. There's 25 episodes in this season 2, 24 in season 1. I almost thought there was only 24 and missed the last episode because I was counting them because I'm blind, but I got 50. And of course, I went through these all when I was younger and I had the site. So, but we're going to talk about this the second half or 2/3 or whatever. And I'm going to give it a rating up there, probably about an 8, like I did season 1. They bring in Stephen Williams' character, of course, from Jump Street, and Jason Goes to Hell. And then they bring in the what are they called? The Lone Gunmen. They're like a group of kind of lone people that came together, investigate paranormal on the side and supernatural that works with Mulder and Scully. So they bring them in season 2. Those are kind of some key points here. Also, well, let's go right to it. Computer, what is my sticky notes?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 12?
Your 12th sticky note is Ghost Prank BJ Scully Kidnapped.
Computer, stop. And I'm going to go through these, just talk a little bit about them because there's 15 and I binged them all in a couple of days. But there's one about a ghost raping people, kind of. It seems like it's almost like The Invisible Man with Kevin Bacon. It's a decent movie. I recommend that. So it's like this paranormal, this thing, and these women are getting raped, and it's almost like it's a ghost. And then Scully gets kidnapped. I didn't realize how many times something happens to her, and it's maybe not on purpose, but she ends up being the woman in distress. But she's not really in distress because she's cool, And then Mulder, of course, is always the one left to see this thing, but there's nobody to believe it or cooperate with him because she's knocked out or she's kidnapped. He's knocked out, wakes up, or she's knocked out. Something happens. So we got that. And then computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 12?
Your 12th sticky note is Ghost Prank BJ Scully Kidnapper Girl Baby's Voodoo Sister Clone.
Okay, there's a guy named BJ in there. I think he has supernatural. He has some kind of powers. And there's weird things happening around this character. I think that's what that was called. They bring in this Mulder's sister comes back after she's been missing all these years, abducted by aliens supposedly. She's a clone now. So there's some weird clone activity going on there. Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 12?
Your 12th sticky note is Ghost Prank BJ Scully Kidnapper Girl Baby's Voodoo Sister Clone.
And there's some voodoo going on with this town, and they leave all these bones behind, and there's always in the X-Files, there's 2 or 3 things, different ways that they think you could go, you could go with something, and then it ends up being one of the ways or something totally different sometimes. So they're always blaming voodoo or aliens or this and that. And then, let's see, Scully, ghost rape, voodoo. Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 12?
Your 12th sticky note is Ghost Prank BJ Scully Kidnapper Girl Baby's Voodoo Sister Clone.
And the girl or the babies, I can't remember. I think it's there's people getting pregnant mysteriously in a town, something like that. Almost like the Village of the Damned type deal. Okay. Computer, what are my stickies? Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32
Computer,
notes.
what is my sticky note number 13?
Your 13th sticky note is Ice ship invisible Zoo Philadelphia.
Computer stop. Okay, so there's a UFO crashed in a ship, a spaceship in the ice, in an episode, and they go and check that out. It's almost like it's not like The Thing, but it kind of is. There is an episode like The Thing though in one of them. Then there's an invisible zoo. Basically, people are getting killed by animals that they can't see, but it looks like they're killed by the animal. Isn't that something? Ice ship, invisible zoo. There's one like the Philadelphia experiment. And they even mentioned the Philadelphia experiment, and Mulder and Scully are aboard this vessel though, and they're getting sick, and it's contaminated with something, and they can't figure out why. It's abandoned. It's pretty neat. Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 13?
Your 13th sticky note is Ice Ship Invisible Zoo Philadelphia Sideshow.
And then there's a sideshow line with these different kinds of what they used to call freaks, different sized people, hairy people, knife swallowers, magicians, and there's things going on, and everybody's to blame. Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32
Computer,
notes.
what is my sticky note number 14?
Your 14th sticky note is Poltergeist Prison Through Human Torch Chicken Feet Hacker Files.
Okay, and then there's one where there's this like almost between Poltergeist and Exorcist, where there's these kids and there's stuff going on, and they can't figure out whether it's the kids or the house or something else. It's like poltergeist activity, they call it. Poltergeist. There's a flu going in a prison where everybody's getting sick, and they can't figure out what's going on with that, and they get called in. And I believe Mulder and Scully get sick. I mean, somehow they always get sick, and they're about to die too. But then they come up with a way to cure it at the end. Scully she got it. You know what I mean? Prison flu. Computer, what are my stickies?
I found 32 notes.
Computer, what is my sticky note number 14?
Your 14th sticky note is Poltergeist Prison Through Human Torch Chicken Feet Hacker Files.
Okay, and then we got a human torch for this guy's like burning people up. Like they come in contact with him, he just like almost like the one Iron Man, the Iron Man 3, I think, where the guy was like nuclear. It just kept going off and blowing up people. Or there was different people in that one. Every time they blew up, they died. But this guy, he still lives. And then there's chicken feed. There's like this poison and stuff that's going around. It's in this chicken. And spoiler, they end up, I guess, that somebody died and they had disease. So the chickens was eating them. And then the people were eating the chickens and getting it. And I didn't know that could happen, but apparently it can with certain diseases. And then there's one more there. Computer, what are my stickies? Oh, hacker. Computer, stop. Hacker files. I think it's the last episode of season 2. And this hacker gets in and he finds out everything about Roswell and all the aliens and stuff from like the last 50, 60 years and brings it to Mulder's attention. And then everybody's after it. Mulder's father, which later on, spoiler, we find out is not his real father, is involved. And just all kinds of stuff in X-Files season 2. So I went through season 1 and 2 and the last season, which was 11. So check out those reviews on the social media, and we'll be doing more. We'll have Chris back. Greg and Danny and Dan in the future. People have stuff going on. A lot of people have illnesses and whatnot. I've been around people that I guess it's just like that, and I'm that way too. I'm sick a lot. I guess it's part of my soul plan or soul path. I'm here to help certain people, and that's the people who are drawn to me. But I'm trying to change that because I want to be healthy. I don't want to take on all that. I'm very empathic, so I feel what other people feel. I'm sick if they're sick. So I didn't learn that till I was in my 20s or 30s. So, you know what I mean? I'm 46 now. But I love y'all, and be the light. And remember, love is a choice, and so is to hate.